All right, everyone, welcome back to another episode of the Nikki and Brie Show. And as you can see, I am still here in New York City. Brie is still over there in Napa Valley. And it's because I had to stay here in the city for our next guest. I was not about to fly home. So today's guest is known around the world as the Queen, a title she's more than earned. She's a 14-time women's champion, the most decorated woman in WWE history, and one of the most dominant performers the industry has ever seen, man or woman. She's strength, she's grit, elegance, and fight wrapped into one. So welcoming back our friend and an absolute icon, Charlotte Flair.
Thanks, Nikki.
Oh, you're so
my gosh.
welcome.
We've come so far.
We really have come so
I
far.
know.
Isn't it wild?
Yes.
I mean, it is crazy because so we both were at Fanatics Fest this past weekend, and I don't know if you'd be hearing this yet, especially as much as me. But people who are saying, like, I've watched you since 5 or 8, and they're like in their 20s or 30s. And I'm like, okay, what?
Oh, yeah.
How wild is it to be there at this point?
It's crazy.
When teenage boys are like, oh, I watched you as a kid. I'm like,
I know. And they're like, you were my childhood crush.
Yes.
And I'm like, dang, am I still your
Yeah,
crush?
that's what
Do
I'm
I
like, am I
still
still
have
your
it?
crush?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
same.
Don't put me there yet. It is kind of crazy, but also beautiful at the same time that we get to see all these people that we've inspired. And when they show us these photos or videos, I mean, even more so because coming back now to WWE and being backstage, and you have to be seeing this too, the new women that are there that stood in our lines and took photos with us and were inspired by us.
How do I say this? You don't realize how quickly it goes by.
Yeah.
I mean, sitting here with you, it just takes me, like, it feels like yesterday, Night of Champions
I know.
in Texas. And then to think 10 years later, and then you have the girls that are like, for instance, Tiffany, that was like, oh, I watched you growing up.
Yeah.
And now she's in it and the champion. It just, you really just have to be appreciative and be in the moment while you're in it.
Right.
I think that's like the biggest takeaway.
Yeah.
Because it just goes by so fast.
It goes by so fast. And it's kind of like the theme of our episode because Brie and I have been talking a lot about evolution. And so to remind you all, we have WWE Evolution coming up in Atlanta, July 13th, which you could catch on Peacock. And Brie and I have been talking about it, and we've evolutionized. We're an evolution of ourselves, and then we're seeing it, living it, breathing it, which is kind of just so wild to experience.
Right. Well, and I think, too, you and I were talking, and when I look at all the women on the roster, I mean, Charlotte, you stand out to me to have the most monumental moments. And, you know, now that we are on the journey into the second ever, you know, for WWE all women's pay-per-view, what are moments that have stood out to you? Like, you know, you've seen the locker room change. You've been there for a minute. Like, to you, what are the moments that have really stood out of seeing this division change?
Oh, man. So it'll be 10 years this July. I've been on the main roster. So I debuted, I believe, in July of 2015. I think my biggest takeaway from the last 10 years is there's just more women from different parts of the world with different backgrounds. I think we are more diverse than ever. But I don't think, and I truly mean this, I do not believe we'd be here today if certain things hadn't happened in the past. Like the Give Divas a Chance, then the longest reigning Divas champion, and then retiring the Divas Championship, and then going on to WrestleMania 32, and then WrestleMania 35, and then Evolution. I'm sorry, Evolution was before WrestleMania 35. I just think that everything had to happen to be able to even be here today with the division that we have and all the titles that both divisions from Raw and SmackDown and NXT. At one point there was just the Divas Championship.
Right.
Now there's the Raw, the SmackDown, which is the women's world, and the SmackDown women's, and then the U.S. title, the Intercontinental title, the tag titles. To think that there's that much depth is just mind-blowing. Because before it was just like, oh, I hope there's one girl storyline. Now there's maybe 3 or 4 at one time.
Right.
the depth depends on the story, but it's still, an opportunity.
Yeah.
You know, what's so neat for you, Charlotte, is that you got to be in every conversation where they were bringing a new title. Like, you got to be in that locker room when they're like, all right, now we're bringing the SmackDown's Women's Championship. Now we're, the list where some of the girls now that are coming up, the title's already there. Has every moment that you've had in the last 10 years where they have like elevated this division, have, brought in more opportunity, does every moment just feel the same?
I feel like there's almost more pressure now than there was, because before it was the unknown. Now, because it's happened and we have it, it's no longer the unexpected, it's expected. And there's more content than ever. There's a bigger fan base due to Netflix and it being visible worldwide. We've always been a worldwide company, but now there's just more access for different countries. And I think, just speaking for me, because I have done all these things, I feel the pressure of just always wanting to live up to that expectation. And I don't think that ever goes away.
Yeah. No, I agree with you on that. And I feel like it's also so true just about being a woman, because when you think of any industry, like even just being a mom, if you want to be a mom and a career woman, well, you better succeed at both because you chose now to do both. And, women, okay, you wanted equality here. Well, you better rise up. You better stay here. So I feel like it's so true, because as a woman, just whenever we want what's fair or right, we get the pressure of like, well, we have to make it the best, and we have to get the views and the ratings, and we need to sell the tickets, or we have to be almost perfect. If we mess up, it's like the end of us, because I feel like especially in the media, they come down a lot harder on women than they do men. And so I completely agree with you on that. And even just coming back for a little bit so far, I totally know what you mean. You just have this
Under a microscope.
Yes.
I mean, whether you're a mom, whether you've been there for 10 years, whether you've had title opportunities, it's just whether you have no children, it's just a different landscape. And there is, and I think in all sports, I don't think just wrestling, a double-edged sword for females.
Yeah, totally. I could only imagine how Caitlin Clark felt, going to the WNBA and being such a big deal of like, well, I have to keep this going, and it's been nice to see some of the other players, how they've come up. But yeah, it would be interesting when you hear that from the other women. I
what
agree.
It feels like.
Yeah, what it feels like.
Well, Lindsey Vonn coming back and winning, was it silver or bronze at 41?
I mean, and terrible injuries.
Oh, I know. Her knees.
Yeah. No, she's so badass. But you guys actually remind me a lot of each other,
Yeah,
like
for
coming
sure.
back through injuries, having that like grit and that fight, but also being extremely fashionable and like all that type of stuff. You guys are a lot alike.
But saying all this, it's like only women could handle that kind of pressure.
Yeah.
I think.
Oh, for
I think we're built for it.
We're magical.
We are for
We're
sure
magical.
built for it.
It's so
We're unicorns.
true. We are. We're unicorns. The way our brains built. You put us in crazy situations and we got it handled.
Yeah.
And we could do a lot of things at once. So when you finally heard that like WWE Evolution, it's coming back, it's here, what was that feeling like? And what does this pay-per-view mean to you?
Well, it's hard to think that the last one was 6 years.
Yeah,
6
years ago.
2018, right? 2018.
Yeah.
Yeah, the end of
It doesn't
2018.
feel like that long ago, but it is. I think because there has been one that was extremely successful, the pressure to make the second one just as good, I think is very important. But I think the beauty of the divisions now is, Evolution, the first ever all women's pay-per-view. People are definitely tuning in, not just because it's an all women's pay-per-view. They are tuning in because they have their favorites superstars.
Yes.
It's not just, a bunch of women, we're excited to watch them. It's like, no, I get to see Nikki Bella. I get to see Charlotte Flair. I get to see Alexa Bliss. I get to see Rhea Ripley. that matters.
Totally. No, I agree. I've even since I've been back, I have noticed, and this was what the fight was for so long. There were so many different fights, and it's so funny when I see people debate things on the internet about what paving the road means, because people think it's moves and they don't see the overall picture. But what I've realized, a lot of people online don't see the overall picture because they're not a part of it. They didn't have to fight for things, or things weren't taken from them, or they didn't want what we wanted. So they don't understand it. But being back, I'm like, oh my gosh. And this was like our fight is the fans respect the women so much now.
Yes, they do.
They give them the chance they deserve. They give them the watch time. Like they give them just everything of what the men have. Like when I watch the show, they're respecting them just as much as they do the men, which is so big for us. And so that's what I agree with you.
It's meaning the audience is the same.
Yes.
Yeah. Like the same fans, they might have a favorite male versus a female, but they're still watching both genders.
Yes.
The same.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so I agree with you with this pay-per-view. That's totally how they're going to feel and be tuned in.
For their favorite female superstars.
For not just women, but their favorites. And obviously they know the matches.
And I do
will be
think the
insane.
division, you guys have done such a great job keeping the momentum going. I mean, it's been a decade because, I mean, I'll never forget the night when you guys all debuted and we all had our teams. And, the spark got...
But I was not a star. I remember... No.
You were.
No. I
Oh my
look back
gosh,
and I'm like,
you
oh
were.
my gosh.
You totally
But
were.
watching you guys come down, it was like, you guys were the stars. I had the wrestling technique, but I didn't know what it meant to be a star and the showmanship and being more than just I mean, it's one thing to be a great wrestler, but to be a star is what takes you to the next level.
But I think where people get really connected, because we were the same too when we debuted, is they get to watch someone like
authentic.
Yes, exactly. And that's how they get connected to you. Now, see, what's unfair for you, and I do think it's unfair, is like your dad's Ric Flair. So the pressure and already the expectation, like I feel for you, and I actually want to get your thoughts on that, is no matter what, people are going to have some expectation of you. So even on your first debut. So like we were no ones. No one knew of us. No one knew our families.
But you had the twin thing going.
True. We had the twins. But the night we debuted, when Brie walked down that ramp in Pittsburgh, no one knew she was a twin. No one knew.
No one.
That's
and
good.
there was no
social
social
media.
media. So this girl came out in a taquini sewn to workout pants. And they were like, who's
I think they thought it was
this?
the job. Yeah. They were like, oh, local. She's about to job out.
Right. So, with you, it was different because you're Ric Flair's daughter.
Yeah.
So you still came out looking like a star.
Double-edged sword.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
It's hard. I mean, that has to be hard, right?
Yeah, I think where I am today versus over the last 10 years, I wish I could have navigated the pressure better with using it as my advantage. Instead, I had such a chip on my shoulder, like, no, I'm really good. No, I work really hard. I'm really talented. But I think to have taken that bad guy persona to the next level earlier on, I could have been like, yeah, I don't have to do anything. I'm his daughter.
Yeah.
Like just owning it instead of feeling like
Totally.
I had to prove something.
Yeah.
And that's still like a roller coaster that I think I internalized that I don't need to. But he's Ric Flair. Like,
I mean, that's the one thing. It's not like
and he's
one of the
still active.
top.
And,
Yeah.
But
But I will say, Charlotte, you have done an incredible job keeping that legacy going.
Yeah,
Thanks,
you
Brie.
have.
And I mean, I've seen other generational, kids not do what you've done. So you really need to take a moment and like just cheers yourself because girl, you took your dad's name, like, and you what you've done, and then if you have kids and what they will do, it'll be incredible. But like, you should be proud of yourself. Like, and I'm sure I know your dad is so proud.
we
'cause
know
he
he
always
is.
talks
he's
about it.
super.
We know.
But it's
But,
so
like, you've done
cute.
such a beautiful and I mean, just an incredible job keeping that legacy going.
Thank you. No, thank you. That means the world to it's very important to me.
And I
Yeah.
really like how honest you are about the pressure and like how you deal with it because it's not easy. And I feel like, when you're a celebrity and especially with social media, everyone feels like they get to know our whole life and judge it. and
Yes.
like their opinions matter. And I know for myself, when I got into my 40s, I was like, actually, nobody matters and no one's opinion matters. I'm going
She
to do
sure as
me.
hell's like that.
Yeah.
Goodness.
And I'm like, I totally have that attitude now. It actually makes me laugh when people try to come at me. I'm like, don't waste your energy because I can give 0 Fs. But I took me a minute to get there because I cared a lot too. And I appreciate the journey I went on to like the ups and downs. And then finally, when I let go, and my mom told me 40s will be your greatest era of life. And I'm like, oh yeah, you walk in your 40s, you don't give a shit anymore. Love it. It's like been the best. But I think it's good that you're on the roller coaster ride because you're going to find it. One day you're just going to wake up and you're like, oh yeah, I don't give a shit what anyone thinks. And it's really like freeing.
Yeah, I hope I figure that out this year. I'm almost there.
Yeah.
I'm almost there.
You've
That's
been
God's gift when you turn
Yes.
40.
That's what I keep hearing.
No, it really is. Oh my goodness. But I feel like you've had that, like, because even through your story with Tiffany, like,
Yeah.
I feel like I'm seeing like that backbone of you of like, you don't have time for things.
Oh,
like,
I had to own that.
Yeah.
I had to own that.
But I thought it was great you did,
Yeah.
No.
No, if I don't give it power personally,
Totally.
then this is me and my worth.
Yeah. So true.
So that's how I try to go about it every day is I can either let the opinions of others affect me or just tell myself like I know who I am, I know what I've done, I know my story, and at the end like I know my worth.
Yeah.
But just owning that, like if you can't, if you let something or comments or whatever it is hurt you, then that's not hurting them, it's only hurting you.
Totally.
So just own that.
It's so true. I've even have learned that so much in my past year, and my life coach helps me a lot with that.
Yeah.
And she's like, if you're going to give that energy, that affects you, but don't give it energy.
Don't give it energy.
And I've really have worked on that because it's so true. At the end of the day, we know our worth. Someone,
Right.
especially like online, they try to tell me my worth all the time. No, what you say does not define me. That is not my worth. I know my worth, and that's actually why you're talking shit. So
yeah.
thanks.
Yeah.
Keep
So
hating.
it's like if people stop talking, it's like, oh, we've got a problem.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
So we
For sure.
need the conversation.
We need the conversations.
I
We
couldn't.
do. And also I'm like, you guys have so many opinions, and I'm talking about the naysayers online, and I'm like, yeah, I got a lot of opinions too. I'm like, I'm allowed to have just as many as you all. I just
You
don't
sure
waste
do.
them typing it on with my fingertips.
Right.
Instead, I might have a glass of wine and laugh. But
But
they forget.
Yeah, they do forget. I have to say though, right now, I feel like you athletically and shape wise, mind, body, soul, you're in like your best era yet.
That's how I feel.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm
I
just
really
watching
feel-
your Instagram. I'm like, oh my gosh, this girl
For
is
sure.
it right now.
But he's here. He's gonna be mad. But Brian Valentine has. I've worked with him the last year. He was there for me every step of the way from my surgery, my divorce, getting back to work, and just helping me get in that feminine energy
Yeah.
because I was in my masculine for so long,
Yes.
says my life coach.
Yeah. Me too, girl. I was
No,
there.
it's just I feel good. I look good. It's the most I've
Yeah.
ever invested in myself
Yeah.
and only worrying about the future. So I really do feel like whatever is to come will be my best era just because I know better.
Totally.
And I'm like in my authentic self.
I feel it. You were like a light warrior. I mean, it is just shining through. Even when
sure.
I was watching you on SmackDown the other night, you did some aerial off the ropes front walkover into move. I was like, holy shit. I'm like, Charlotte's always been one of the most athletic, but right now, like from just what you're doing in the ring, but then beyond when I'm looking at your Instagram, when you're working out, your stretching, your fashion, the glam, the confidence, I'm like, dang, it's amazing.
What is that saying?
Exactly.
It's time to all the energy that I've put into the past and everything else. It's now it's my time now.
Yeah.
It
you
is.
feel it.
So
And I
it's
told my
like
sister too.
Not
I was
feeling
like,
bad about, what I'm focusing on,
Yeah.
like where the time is spent.
Yeah.
And I think that has made a big difference for me. because before I was trying to juggle so many different things, and now it's like I don't have self-love.
Yeah.
Like making time for myself.
Yes. Dating yourself.
Dating yourself.
We
Yeah.
talk a lot about that on our show, and it's so true that you have to date yourself, and you can't love anything else in life till you love yourself first.
100.
And you have to do the work on yourself. People sometimes forget that, and sometimes it's not easy, but it has to be consistent work, and it has to be work on you. Life's hard. Life is always going to have obstacles. It's not going to always be easy, and so just the work has to be consistent. So
Well, you know what I told my sister, and both of you being newly divorced, I was like, it's always amazing to me when I see divorces happen and I see the people who glow, the people who seem
who
happier,
get that glow up.
who are living their best life. And I go, it tells me a lot. And you both are glowing.
Yeah.
And I feel like you both are in your best eras. You guys both look incredible. I see the happiness. I feel it. And so it just tells me so much without any words needing to be spoken. And I need to ask both of you, I mean, because you're like both looking so great and you guys are in shape, all these things.
Metamorphosis
How
here.
now, right?
I know.
The
How's
goddesses.
like dating life? Are we dating?
gosh,
I mean,
are you
Nikki's been up
dating?
in New York by herself. I'm like, you meet a man? What's happening?
I've not like Brie knows this. Like I did a few, and then I realized like it's
Like
just,
you did a few dates?
yeah.
Or you did a few men? What are we talking about?
Okay. Whatever you want to call it. I just realized that now we're in a different place where I have a son. So like at his age right now, I get so much love that I realize this is all the love I need and want right now. So after having like a few dates and, wasn't crazy about that I was like, I'm not even going to waste time and energy. Like I'm just too tired. Like I have Teo and then I do career, Teo and career. So that's where I'm at. She keeps pushing me more. How about
To
you?
go on more dates.
Yes. I'm like, girl, I get you. I get that you get
guys are
excited to
just
hear
at
the
Fanatics
stories.
weekend.
Oh, don't get me wrong. There were so many good-looking men there,
Yeah.
right? I mean,
and nothing.
Really?
yeah. I was like, oh, you didn't think so?
I did.
Yeah. I was like, I thought so for
I mean,
sure.
Charlotte, you had to see us at Super Bowl. I was like pointing out. I'm like,
She's like
do you want me
pointing,
to go
I'm
ask
like,
if that
stop.
person's single?
Do you
I
like
mean,
athletic
I do
guys?
this a lot. Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do.
And you probably need someone really tall.
Yeah.
You know?
But I'm not opposed to my height.
Yeah. Which I don't blame you.
But
Like
whoever I have the best chemistry with.
I mean,
It's
chemistry's
all
everything.
Chemistry.
Have you ever been on an awkward date?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Do you do apps? Dating apps?
No.
No,
I mean,
I don't either.
I was on Rhea for like 3 months.
Oh,
like
okay.
2016.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
trying to get her on it.
Brie
But
would
I
love-
don't know. Like I don't even know if I still have the membership or not.
Wait, do you have to pay to be on it? I know
I
you
don't
get
know, but
invited. You have
be
to submit to
invited.
be invited.
But I haven't been on a dating app since my divorce was final.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay,
I'd
so
rather
a
meet
wing
the
woman-
old-fashioned way.
I don't. Me too.
It can be me. We
Look
can
it.
all go out.
I think my dad's like
will be the
my
one.
app. He's like, I've got a friend. I've got a friend.
gosh,
I'm like,
I could see
Dad,
that.
sir, sit down.
Yeah.
Sit down. I don't need your help in this area.
And he
at
does
all.
know a lot of people.
He does know.
Well, why don't if there's anyone that you see in a sport that you like, just tell them that they need the Ric Flair hype show, and then go have him look and be like, hey, you should go slide in my daughter's DMs.
Oh, God, he's the worst. He's like the most embarrassing. Just puts it like my daughter's single. I'm like, Dad,
Yeah.
I did not give you a license to say that.
That
like,
is
why
so
are you doing
cute.
that?
I love that. Well, that
He's
sounds
my
a lot
app.
like my sister.
Oh yeah, Brie and Rick together for you and
Oh
I.
my
Oh
God.
my
We'd
God.
be screwed. Thank
Yes.
goodness they weren't at Fanatics Fest.
No, that's a.
you guys would be
that's
on
legitimate.
like 20 dates.
Oh, he'd be going to each booth because he'd know them. He'd tell them their stats, their game, what game he liked because he loves sports, and then he'd be like, "This is my daughter."
Yeah. Have you had anyone slide into your DMs? Don't say who, but have you had anyone fun?
Yeah.
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 It kind of makes you feel good. I've been the
does.
same way.
It does.
You feel special. I'm like, oh, you thought about me and you DM'd me. That's nice.
I missed out on this whole world.
It's
I was-
okay.
But it's
you're
a
good,
totally
girl.
different, like, it, like, to have the conversation sliding into your DMs.
I know.
Like, it's,
it is
I'm
wild.
gonna tell Brian to
When-
slide into my DM so I know the feeling.
Brian's never
Brian
slid
send-
into your DMs.
My husband? No.
Yeah,
I mean, he
like,
doesn't
not
even, go on
even
social
sending you
media.
a
I'm like, is he
real
even
like
on
I
social
do?
media?
No, he did. I don't
mean-
think he's had the app on his phone for years.
And he
years.
doesn't even check his text messages. How many unchecked does he have? I
mean,
thought
we're at,
I
like,
was bad.
2,000.
Yeah,
It's wild.
He doesn't check his text messages.
No, his mom will reach out to me and like be like, "I'm trying to get a hold of Brian," and he'll be right next to me. And I'm like, "Brian, call your mom."
Well,
She's
that's
like,
good that he's
reaching
not
out.
on social media.
Yeah. You know
Oh, yeah.
him. He is anti-consumerism, technology, everything. It is.
Well, it's funny because he'll see me like crying, laughing, and I'm looking at my phone, and he's like, "Oh, did your sister send you another reel?"
I send her
He's
so
like, "She's
many
making you
reels."
dumber."
Whatever. You have those moments that you need to just decompress. And I find there are just some reels that I think are so
Oh, no,
funny.
I have like 6 people that I like
share?
constantly sending reels
Yes.
to. Naomi's one. Her and I
Oh,
are
really?
are real. Like we don't text or talk. It's just we speak in real.
I mean, see, Brie, this is a thing. And you and I at times
is a
speak
thing.
in reels.
We speak in reels.
Yes. I love that, by the way.
Yes.
I love Naomi.
Me
She's
too.
crushing it right now,
And
isn't she?
she's salt of the earth.
She really is. Such a,
Oh
her.
my God, I
and
was
John
dying
and-
laughing at her video when she's on the. Was it a scooter or a suitcase?
It was a
And she's-
suitcase.
Oh, just yeah. She's in
I
her
was
best era too.
dying.
I
She's in
think.
her best era, for
Yeah.
She's
sure.
in her best era. Oh my gosh. Well, speaking of SmackDown, I mean, I've been loving seeing you and Alexa Bliss together.
We were just talking
Yep.
about that.
I call her Blister behind
like
off TV, but yeah, just
Oh my
because we have
gosh,
so
I
much
love
history from coming up together at NXT, the main roster. We've been in partial feuds, but never a long ongoing one. So to see where this is going and just being back with her, it's just fun. It's natural.
Yes.
We have chemistry.
You guys have such good chemistry, and you both have really good stare downs. Yeah. Like,
You better be
Really
ready.
good.
Lexi has a good one, so you better bring your
Yes,
A game.
Honestly. But
Yeah.
you've been bringing your A game. You guys, how you both just stare at each other, it reminds me of like Randy Orton stares. I used to always love that about Randy. I'm like, he really just takes his time with the camera. But you and Lexi
He
do the
does.
same.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
It's
And you-
so good.
It's so good. I can't
excited
wait
to
to
see what happens.
She's still
Yeah.
mad at me for tearing up Lily, I think, a couple years ago.
Oh,
the
yeah.
doll that she carries.
Yes.
Oh yeah. I have a kid, my birdie. She would lose her shit if someone tore up Puppy. So
See?
Oh
I can relate.
gosh. Oh, I know. Teo doesn't have anything like that, but actually Bluey. He prefers Bingo over Bluey though. But I got him a Bluey stuffy first, and now he has a Bingo one, and Bingo talks back to him. And so, but I don't think he still would care. Okay, so with the TKO group and like seeing where WWE's at,
Yep.
it's amazing because you're seeing more than ever like WWE superstars do things outside of the ring. What would you crave to do most that like people really haven't seen from you outside of the
Oh,
ing?
Nikki, I want to do Dancing with the Stars.
Oh my gosh, you should
so
do
bad.
Dancing with the Stars.
That,
You
and I
should
really
do
want to be
it.
on the, why am I drawing a blank? The RuPaul drag queen show.
Oh
'Cause
my
I
God,
feel
that
like
would be
my outfits are
amazing.
already there.
Yes.
So one of those are on my bucket list.
Well, I think you should do both of those for
Yes.
sure. And
Manifesting.
for sure.
Manifest. You should for sure be on this season of Dancing with the Stars. What are we in? June. Yeah. So they would be, I mean, I feel like
'Cause
they,
you and Stacy are the only two.
and then Chris
right?
Jericho.
Oh, Jericho and The Miz.
Oh, and the Miz.
And The Miz.
I know it's always easy to forget the men, but
Well,
as
but
far
you
as
guys,
women,
as far as women,
yes.
yeah.
you need to do it.
Yeah, they're usually, I
So-
feel like, always looking for people up until August.
Fingers crossed.
Oh my God, I'm so fingers
my
But the
gosh,
crossed.
I'm
for you.
rooting
the
for
RuPaul
that.
drag show too would be fun, just because
Amazing.
their outfits, the glamour, the makeup, all of it, the Charlotte Flair character, I feel like fits right in there.
Oh my gosh,
The look.
totally.
So
Well, now I'm like dying to see both. And I'm going to be now upset if we don't get that and like get that within a year. Right,
I love
Brie?
that.
Putting it out in the universe.
Okay, good. And so
We're
let's just say
manifesting
you
it.
got those both. Anything else?
I'm still in acting class, just
Oh, good
waiting
for you.
for the right role or if something
Nice.
happens. I think for me, I love wrestling. Like I could
Yeah.
wrestle forever.
Yeah.
I know it's not a forever job in ring.
Yeah.
Obviously, there's many roles outside of the ring. So right now, besides being the best that I can in the ring, it's really kind to navigate and see what do I like outside of the ring.
Yeah.
Because that's been my heart and soul for 10 years.
Mm.
But like when I think of Dancing with the Stars or being on, a judge on one of those RuPaul shows, I'm like, oh, that excites me. That,
Yeah.
gives me those, not necessarily butterflies, but when you're on stage, that competitive, nervous feel.
Totally.
It's, if you've only, you can't explain it to someone unless you've been in it. That rush.
Mm-hmm. And I have to
So-
say,
Sure.
Dancing with the Stars, I have never been more nervous in my life.
I would be too.
I mean, that when you hear those 3 clicks before
I might need a
the
glass of
music
Prosecco
starts,
before.
honestly, because I'm like, okay, I would rather go wrestle live in Dallas Stadium in front of like 250,000 people with everyone and just call a match out there than that feeling. But it's incredible because the feeling of achievement.
Yeah, I'm not
when you're
saying
done
I'm a
with the
good
dance,
dancer. I just
No,
like
but
to do it.
that's- No, but what I mean is that's the beauty of the journey. But yes, I
Yeah.
think you would thrive in that
Well,
feeling.
I reached out to you a couple years ago.
Yeah.
I had so much. If he lived in Orlando, I would be taking classes twice a week or 3 times a week. That was so
Yeah.
much fun. I love salsa.
I know. Salsa's so amazing.
I
Salsa's
can't
so
even think of
fun.
his name, but it was amazing.
Yeah. Well, there is someone good I knew in Tampa. I can't think of his name, who had
know.
really great classes, salsa classes.
I found a class in Orlando.
Yeah.
But between rehab and training and
a
traveling, I just haven't made it a priority. But I think in the next 3 weeks, I'll at least get one in. And I
Yeah.
want to do a pole dancing class. Have you done one of those?
I've done one of those. By the way,
I have
I didn't
too.
realize
It's
the
fun.
workout. Yeah, in
No,
pole
I want to do it
dancing.
for the workout. Yeah, and for myself.
But then he would teach me how to walk and stuff, and I'm like, oh my gosh, like no one's ever taught me how to walk like this, and I look so good. And I was obsessed. I keep wanting because I'm one of the pole champions. You know, they have their own championships and competitions.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah. She has her school, but it's like an hour away from us. But I'm like, I should just drive and do this because one, especially the upper body strength, I was blown away.
Oh.
And then the inner thigh for gripping that bar. I
It
was
looks
like,
so
shit.
hard. I just
It's
want to
so
do it just to
hard.
see
No,
what it's
you
like.
have
Like,
to do
just
it.
to say,
It's
yeah.
so fun.
How they
Nicole, what was your stripper song?
um
Mine was "Come Together."
you know yeah.
Beatles.
The
The Beatles for your stripper
yeah.
song?
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
nothing like some
she
titties
she
to bring
even
everyone
learned,
together.
she would learn this routine. She learned a routine and she would always perform it. Mine was the one when we were dining in the New York City restaurant, and all of a sudden that stripper came out with the cowboy
Oh.
hat and the rope.
Oh my gosh.
It's in
Let's
my
kill me.
playlist.
What's that song?
Well, why I'm looking at it, Charlotte, what would your stripper song be that you would want to learn to dance to? Because that's what they'll ask you is the first question they'll ask you.
And it's so fun. And you do it for all like the ladies in your class, and it's like
Mm-hmm.
amazing.
Oh. I'm going with Britney or 112. I'm not sure.
Yeah, those are
Oh
great.
yeah, for
112.
the girl group 112.
No,
first-
it's Peaches and Cream. I feel
Oh
like
my!
that's a good
Oh
stripper
yes. I'm like the girl group. Actually,
Peaches and cream.
Peaches and
that's a good
cream.
one.
That would be a really good one. Brie and I's. Mine's more like. Oh, it's just gonna bug me.
Or anything Britney. You can't go wrong.
Yeah.
No,
You can't go wrong
Brittany
with
is
anything.
amazing.
Britney's just iconic.
She really
She
is.
really is.
It's gonna bug me now.
Love me some
Or
Britney.
actually, I love Tate McRae right now.
Oh,
She's
Oh
killing
my
it.
gosh,
She is
yeah.
crushing it. She is so good.
Yeah.
I wish I could dance like her.
No, me too.
Oh, so hot.
Do you guys? Do you think she's like the new Britney? You know how she's kind of being like.
oh, it's so hard to compare the two.
I agree. I don't think they need to stop doing the comparisons.
But that's what they do with women.
Yeah,
I know.
That's-
we can never
It's
just
just-
be in it.
We just can't be great in our own lane.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh,
I
Beat the
agree with
Devil's
that.
Tattoo, Black Rebel Motorcycle Club.
There you go.
That was my stripper
Oh yeah,
song.
Buck Cherry would be good too.
Buck Cherry would be
Oh,
good.
yeah.
I kind of feel the rock and roll vibes are really hot in the stripper pool because it kind of makes you own it. Like,
Oh, so
like I
anything
think
Guns N'
yours would be hot,
Roses.
like American Woman or like one of those, like Lenny Kravitz, like something
Oh,
like that
yeah.
that gets a guitar behind it, but kind of like you feel it.
What? Def Leppard.
Oh, that
Pour
pour
some
some
sugar
sugar
on
See
me.
that, like
There
that
you
one's
go.
yeah, that's a really good
That's a
one.
good one.
I love that song.
You know, rock and roll really
So I went
embraced
pop,
women.
but we
Yeah,
can do rock
you
and
know,
roll.
but that's hey, you can
I've
do
done both.
you know.
Okay, I say we play a little game. You guys
Yeah,
ready for
let's
a game?
do it.
So we're gonna play a little game called Tag Pin Kick Out, and our version is kind of like Marry F Kill. So we'll give you a list of 3 things, some wrestling related, some totally random, and you decide what you're going to tag, pin, or kick out.
Okay.
Okay.
I get it.
And like tag is like keep in your corner, pin is try maybe once, and kick out is absolutely not happening. All right.
Okay, perfect.
Here we go. Coffee orders: iced latte, black coffee, pumpkin spice.
Maybe once the iced latte. Oh no, the iced latte absolutely not happening. Keep in your corner. Maybe once.
So you're gonna keep black coffee in her corner, pumpkin spice maybe once.
Oh, there you go.
I mean, I know.
But I love a pumpkin spice latte. There's just
I'm
so many calories.
obsessed. I know.
I know. It's like
I-
dessert.
I have to like limit myself when the fall comes around. I'm like, Nicole, once a week. Like, don't
Well,
go
because the
more.
wine is my calories.
Yes, I love. What's your kind of wine?
Prosecco.
Oh, prosecco.
I love prosecco.
Do you mainly
And
prefer
mezcal.
like? Do you do Italian? Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, I love
Mezcal.
champagne.
So you like
but
sweet?
I like sweet.
Okay.
But I like red wine too.
Yeah.
But I just love bubbly.
Do you like Aperol spritz, or is that too bitter?
It's okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Isn't that crazy? Like how just
know.
taste buds
Everyone's
for people.
taste buds
We're
are different. I know. It's
obsessed with
crazy.
Aperol.
Okay. Next one.
Wait,
Wrestling.
I didn't
errors.
say anything.
Oh, okay. What would you do?
I mean, I kind of want to keep them all in my corner. Like I'm
I
obsessed.
know, that's what I was like, this
I
is
love
hard.
coffee. Yeah, I'm marrying them all. There you go.
Yeah, I know.
As long as
know-
everything's non-dairy, I'm good to go.
But I'm a coffee addict. So
I'm a coffee
it's
addict
just-
too. I mean, did you see the New York Post article? The mom that just died, but she was doing caffeine pills before workout and doing 3 energy drinks a day.
Oh, it's
And
heart
coffee,
attack.
right?
Yeah, well, I know caffeinated pills, but I don't. I
Oh.
mean, but probably coffee too. I limit my caffeine
too.
intake just because of sleep. Like, if I have more than 2 type of like caffeinated drinks, which are only usually coffees, then I'm not sleeping that night.
No, I'm the same.
Yeah.
I can't have caffeine after lunch.
Yeah.
I'm done.
No, I wish I'm not that sensitive.
Oh, we're so
I
sensitive.
was
it's
never
crazy.
until recently.
That's
So
a good
sensitive.
thing, though.
It is.
It is.
That means you're used to, like, you don't want to lose the tolerance to caffeine.
No,
I don't know
Right.
what that's the scientific term for that is, but
that was pretty good. Yeah, I totally know what you mean.
Well, and I feel like too, I feel better when I don't have a lot of caffeine in my body. Like I feel
I
like
kind of get headaches. But did you guys see Dave Ashbury? Do you follow Dave Ashbury? Do you
I
like
have
him?
to see his Instagram.
He started Bulletproof Coffee
Yes.
and the Upgrade
I-
Labs. Okay, did you see his article about coffee in America?
No, don't tell me.
all the
No, don't
mold he's
tell
saying in
me.
it all.
I have so many things that people are
toxins.
telling me
I
about
know.
the top. I'm like, what can I do?
No, that's the thing. I like that
know.
reel. I
That's what I'm
sent that
saying.
reel to her with the woman who has something and then pops in like some researcher saying, don't do this. And then she's like, oh. And then she goes to grab something else. And it's another researcher saying, don't do this. And she's like, oh. And it's like every type of food. But with him, because he was with Bulletproof, there is one brand that you can buy that has absolutely no toxins in it, so no molds. But what they're finding is coffee in America, there's a lot of mold. And so for some people, which I was telling Brago, I just feel like I'm starting to get headaches from coffee. And I'm like, when I saw him put that out last week, I was like,
No, you're
I'm
gonna.
like,
I'm an
no.
overthinker. I'm gonna
Yeah,
be thinking
me
about every.
too. I'm such an overthinker.
I actually have invested in this Indian restaurant called Botiwali, and I was
Oh.
with the owner chef at dinner a couple weeks ago, and we were talking about the difference in meat from local farms
Mm-hmm.
to mass. I know I don't want to say too much because I don't want to say the wrong thing, but sourcing it from bigger companies
Right.
and
Oh, for
what
sure.
it looks like, the difference between the meat coming from a local farm to the bigger companies, and I'm
Yes.
like, oh my God, I'm just gonna have to go buy all these animals.
Honestly.
Like, I need my own farm.
Right?
I know.
Well, that's the
I'm
blessing about
questioning
living in
everything.
Napa, which I'm sure probably where you're at, but you can like pay for cows at like family farms.
I know, but Nikki,
I know.
I'm gonna pay myself.
Well, meaning you get to pay them, the company,
Yes,
and you're
to
like, okay,
ship you-
that's
yeah,
my
I've
cow.
had meat shipped,
but still, I agree.
it's just on the go. It's
I
so hard. Are you a
know.
vegetarian?
No, I love meat.
Me too.
That's why I always stay at the one hotel here,
The
like
One?
New York or in West Hollywood, because they like have a lot of strict guidelines when it comes to food and even some of their alcohols and stuff. And I've been having like a bison burger almost every day.
Yum.
Well, and it's like,
So
can't just
good.
everyone do
Oh, you're a
things
vegetarian, Brie.
properly?
Brie
I
was a
used to be.
vegan
Used
for
to
a
be.
while, then a pescatarian. Now she's like, just eat
Right.
turkey. I don't know what this girl's on now.
No,
She's
I do.
I love
chicken,
turkey.
so she doesn't want
I
chicken
could be
anymore.
a pescatarian if I had to be. It's just so hard
Me
to
too.
find really good seafood.
I know.
When you're
It is. Well,
traveling
and
so
I got really
much.
sick off fish. I know. My mercury levels were really high. So I had to like,
So my mother sends me, don't eat canned tuna. Don't eat
Yeah.
canned tuna. I'm like, Mom. She's stop.
I love
know.
it, right?
no, Nicole and I send the scariest things to each other. I'm like, Nicole.
You're
can't
way
keep doing
worse.
this.
Mine at least is about food. You like send me terrifying stories
You just sent me a thing about a recall with like kids' cough medicine. I had to like go into like the
because
pantry
that was
today
a
to make
brand
sure.
that we've used before.
I know. I had
That
some
is
of
like
it.
a organic brand that people trust. So I
know.
was like, girl, get that out. Like if you have it, so you're welcome.
All right, next sandwiches.
Swipe.
Tag pin
Such a
kick
bitch.
out. PB&J,
Ooh.
turkey club, or a sandwich wrap. And a sandwich wrap.
I mean, a sandwich wrap, like a pita wrap type of thing.
It was a sandwich wrap. Like a Caesar wrap?
Yeah. What's a wrap, Brie? Like in a
Yeah, I mean-
tortilla?
Like a chicken salad wrap?
Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
I love a PB&J.
Me too. I love
I'll take it.
PB&J.
The rest can go.
Yeah. See you
You
later.
know, my kids do not like PB&J, and I feel like they're missing out in life. I'm like, it's the most delicious sandwich.
It is.
It is so good, and with the jelly.
And you peel the crust off and you just eat it.
Oh my gosh.
But
and like,
that's
to me,
yeah.
what?
No, well, that's the thing though with kids. Like I think of like for naps or bedtime and the whole routines. I'm like, I would do anything for someone to take care of me like this before bed or make my lunches.
Oh my God, I know.
I know, it's all right.
They're missing out.
They're
That's all I
missing
know.
out. That's right.
All right, signature moves: moonsault, spear, figure eight.
The figure eight has treated me well
Yeah.
over the years.
Right.
That's staying.
That's staying.
I mean, kind of all of them.
I guess I'll keep the moonsault over the spear.
It's moonsault's pretty iconic, and
Yeah,
not
I'll keep
everyone
the
can do
moonsault.
it.
Yeah, I'll keep the moonsault. Even though I like the
There you
spear
go.
because it's
The
a guy
spear,
move.
yeah, that was a pretty sick one the other night too. Little front flip out of it. What else, Brie?
Okay, shoes: stilettos, sneakers, boots.
Oh,
Ooh.
oh,
Hasn't COVID just like changed things for you?
oh! If I could wear Uggs everywhere.
I know.
Oh
Me
my
too.
gosh, I know.
My whole life, my feet were used to being in stilettos till COVID hit, and now it's ruined my feet. Like they just hate high heels.
The
I feel like
same.
I can't. I love the glam of high heels,
Mm-hmm.
but if you saw me, like in real life, I'd be in tennis shoes.
Yeah,
But I love my boots, but tennis shoes.
yeah. Tennies for the
Sneakers are
win.
the way to go.
Yeah.
They really are. It felt
And
so
they're cute
good.
nowadays. They do a
Oh,
great job
yes.
with
They do.
sneakers nowadays.
They're hip and cool, and actually like make the body look great. Like the chunky ones, like it actually is very complimentary. I'm like, okay, I like this. Prefer it.
Right.
Okay, give us
Okay,
one more.
last
And on a
one.
good note, Brie.
Shopping sprees: Sephora, Zara, Amazon Prime.
Sephora.
love Sephora.
I know.
How
What
is it
about
that you
Sephora?
go-
You can just go crazy in there.
You walk in for one thing and you're like, oh, $600 later.
I mean, isn't it
Oh,
wild?
What did I
Wild.
just buy?
And I'm like, am I
And
even
I'm
going to
like-
use this stuff? Was I just
No.
excited?
The face creams, the eye patches. Not even the makeup because wouldn't
I
know what to do with
mean,
it.
I bought like
I'm the same.
feet and like calves, like put in a sock moisturizer or something. I'm like, wait, what did I just buy? Like, what is this? I haven't even used it yet.
Yes.
It gets me every single time. That
Me
it's like
too.
Sephora or Ulta,
Me too.
either or.
Oh, either or. Yeah.
Right? Because we have an Ulta in our town. We don't have Sephora. And I'm just like, what the heck? I just wanted lip liner. Jeez. You, Brie?
And then what about? And then we got Zara and Amazon Prime.
Oh, sorry.
Probably Amazon Prime.
See, I wish, Brie,
Yeah.
you threw in some men in there because I really would have liked to know
Oh well.
what
why
Ashley
don't
would
you
have
do some
said.
3 men.
Okay, but real quick, if there was one celebrity, like
Oh,
who
I
you're
am not.
like,
No, because that is going to
who?
be who am I? give me a list of men.
Okay,
and I'll
so
say my order.
between okay, I'll do it, Brie, but you might have to pick a third, and we'll end on this note. Okay, Chris Hemsworth, Channing Tatum, and
Jason Momoa.
Oh,
ooh, that's a really hard list.
Those are yeah. Those
you
3.
can
well, I'll
do-
start with Jason.
So what would Jason
be-
be?
He'll be my number one.
Would he be
Yep.
like your Mary? Or are we not
I'm
doing that?
Oh,
Well, no, just
No.
you know what? Just rank. We'll just rank. So Jason's the number one.
oh no, Jason and Chris are. I know they're all three
Chris.
great, but just the hair, the tattoos.
Yeah, Chris is
Mhm.
Thor. Like I
Oh,
want
as Thor. Yeah, can I just get you as the action figure?
No, that's me.
Right.
Can you
That's
walk
how I
around in the
am.
outfit for me? The shield.
Yeah, and I'm always like, don't forget that hammer. Like, I think he is like.
but then the dancing.
I mean, which is so hot. Him
Yeah.
and the Magic Mike last
The last
stand.
one, I saw that.
I was like, dude, can I be Salma Hayek for a second? Like, that's
No,
ridiculous.
it was so good.
It was so good, and she was so badass in that.
She was.
Man, those. I mean, would you say those are kind of like the top people in the industry for you? Any
Oh,
of their-
I don't know.
I know it's always kind of
well,
hard.
Chris Hemsworth is married, so he's off the.
Yeah, he's off. He's just fun to look at.
He's fun-
Liam isn't, but I think he's had a long time girlfriend.
Who was your top guy in the industry?
I mean, I always say Thor.
Oh, because you say Thor.
Yeah, I say Thor. But as far as like, I mean, I think Chris Hemsworth is always. But him and like Channing Tatum were always like my faves.
Oh, let me think. Who was my childhood
Yeah.
crushes growing up? Like super, super young was Enrique Iglesias.
Oh my gosh, no
I
way.
know.
He's
Him
so
and,
cute.
What is the
Ricky
Living La Vida
Martin?
Loca.
Yeah.
I had his
Ricky's
poster too.
so hot.
And what was
Yes.
the guy? The Hanson brothers. Were
Oh,
y'all
okay.
remember them?
The
No.
lead, what's his name? Taylor. He was cute. I mean, now
Oh,
we're all
Hanson,
cute.
yes. The
Hanson.
all three.
Boom
Oh,
Bop.
he was
No,
so.
Jonathan Taylor Thomas.
Oh, JTT.
JTT,
for sure.
Home Improvement.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
yeah.
actually kind of want to
Oh
go
my
to the
God.
90s convention just to like check out
I
people that
think
used
I'm-
to be on my binders. Like, oh, hey. Leo
Oh,
was
we
always
should
Dave
all
fun.
Angel
go.
from Buffy.
Oh my
David
gosh.
Boreanaz.
Him.
Yeah.
And then who was the kid? Well, the kid.
I'm just
Who was the
thinking of
guy
my
who played
shows.
Casper?
Oh,
He was so cute.
He was so cute.
I can't remember.
Okay.
his
Also,
name.
do you guys remember Dude Ranch?
yes.
Those
No.
guys were cute too.
What? I'm just thinking of the. And how,
Oh wait, who is that? Devin
Devin
Sawa.
Sawa.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, yeah,
I
he was
forgot
so
about
cute.
him.
Oh, and then I was a
Where is he
try-hard.
now?
Robert Pattinson.
I mean,
Oh.
I was
Steve,
too.
my taste is all over
See,
the
yours,
place.
yeah, it's a lot like mine, and that's why I see where it's
Yeah.
all about chemistry, because that's how I feel. I'm so all over the place.
Yeah. Like
It's-
what athletes were famous growing up?
I know. I'm trying to think of the athletes that have always been like, oh my gosh. I can't think right now. I mean, I always did think Cam Newton was just so hot.
He played for the Panthers.
Yeah. That's where he started, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He was so good. And I love his style. I mean, and he's taken in all those things, but I just think he's a good looking guy.
His style.
Yeah, his style. And yeah, there's so many men out there. All right. Well, you know what? I say we get to.
Are there?
Yeah, I mean, to look
Right.
at. I feel like I look at I think that's a narcissist red flag. Like, I feel like I'm on this thing with
Do you run towards flags or run away?
Oh, I'm a runaway now person.
Now.
Like, I now finally run. I'm like so far. I see one, and it's just weird now once you get to a place where you can see those and be like, yeah, I'm not getting near that, like, whatsoever. So took me a very long time, but hey, here at 41, finally can recognize the flag and run.
That's okay. At least
So,
you figured it out.
You know what I mean? Hey, that's
Oh
the
my gosh.
journey.
Well, Charlotte, this was so great having
This
you
was
on. I wish I
great.
could be there.
I know, me too.
I know.
I need to come to Napa Valley and have some
Oh
wine.
my gosh.
Wine and cheese.
Please.
I
You
need
would
to.
be
I need to.
obsessed. It is just
It's on my bucket list.
okay, good.
It's
If you know
amazing
what,
here.
if you want to come and have fun for Super Bowl, it's going to be in San Francisco this year. So or the next Super Bowl. And so we can do some wine tasting. We could go look around at
love that.
Super Bowl at all the events, go to the parties. See.
I spent 2 days in Champagne, France. I mean, no, it's not wine. It's but
Still,
was just
I love
Still.
champagne.
Mm.
You know
so
what
much fun going to the different wineries and learn.
And there's
actually,
some
we're
great
learning
places
how
here with bubbles.
Yeah.
We can take you to.
Yeah, but didn't you love the learning experience?
I loved
of
the
it?
learning experience, and I went to tequila in Mexico.
Yeah.
I like mezcal better than tequila, but it was just learning how much the process, and I was just blown away.
People don't realize it takes a lot to just
No.
go something to be in that bottle.
In how many years?
Yes. I mean, because champagne especially, and then how it always has to get turned.
And it has to be in that environment due to the soil
yeah.
is only specific there from the glacier. It was a whole thing, but
Yes.
I'm not going to try to
No, 100%. And
regurgitate the knowledge, but
But I was blown away by champagne just alone with the history of the monks and the royals. And that to me was literally champagne and wine was created from monks to
no, but what
please
we
the
find
royals.
so bougie here is not bougie there.
At all.
At all.
At
They're
all.
like,
Yeah.
that's not
You're-
nice here.
Right. Coming from
Where I'm
always
thinking here, I'm like, oh, I'm so fancy. No.
yeah, no.
Right.
And you're I remember being in Champagne, when are they going to give me a drink? I've learned so much. Haven't I earned my glass of champagne?
I have my glass now.
Where in Napa, you arrive and they're handing you drinks and they're giving
Oh,
it
yeah.
throughout. It's way different vibes. So when I was used to Napa and then I went into Champagne, I was like, oh, I don't get it. I don't get a champagne as I
I'll be
walk.
ready for Napa then.
Oh, you'll be
I'll be
so
hydrated
ready.
before.
Yes. Napa does it a lot different than France. France is
It's
very
amazing.
proper. Napa is very wild and fun. I mean, proper
yeah.
still. We're very proper. We care.
We
but,
are. But it's fun.
Yeah. So Charlotte, we love to end all of our episodes with a little bit of inspiration affirmation. So is there a quote, mantra you live by that you want to share with our listeners?
I thought about this, and there's so many great quotes out there, things to live by, but I'll mention what has been important to me to remember. Your past does not define you. It's okay to get divorced. It's okay to break up. It's okay to start a new job. It's okay to do what's best for you. And you can't be prisoner of your past, because what is ahead of you, that's what you need to focus on. So that's been the biggest thing for me.
Man, I love that. And it's so
That's
true,
amazing.
right? It's that's why I loved Taylor's last tour, the Eras tour, because I thought it was such a great example, especially to the youth, of looking at all these different eras and what she learned, but then also looking at it as an adult and being you should be excited for what's next. Be excited to reinvent yourself, refresh, reboot.
No, be excited every day.
Yes,
That's
every
what
day.
I'm like, whether it's reading a book, drinking a new tea, going to the gym, a trainer, just even the mundane things, be excited to do it.
Yeah.
And that's been
sure.
the biggest.
And I think the hard moments in life is what really molds us and gives us strength. And so I appreciate all the hard moments, even though in it, I was like, damn, why me? But then when you come out of it, you're like, oh, okay, I needed that
Yep.
just to give me a little more grit.
Perspective.
Or,
Totally.
You know?
Right. Well, I always say I feel God has us go through things so we can find our purpose, and we find it through that.
Yes.
And then we get to share and we get to help others learn and grow from what we went through and had to grow and learn from. So we get to share the wisdom. That's why there's wisdom,
Love it.
right?
I'm still learning, guys.
Yeah.
Hey,
I'm still-
Me too on a lot of things. There's some things that I'm like,
But-
dang it, Nicole, can't you learn just pretty much being TMI or opening up my mouth, or why do I just always feel like I have to make a comment, or, there's just always things like even all the
That you'll
content creators
never
walking
learn.
around Fanatics Fest. I'm like, why did I have to answer his questions? Like, why?
That happens to me too.
Yeah. And I just feel like I'm being doing the courtesy, but they're not caring about me. They're just trying to get sound bites. And then I'm trying to be nice. And then that's the one thing I just can't learn for some reason. Just a soundbite headline type of girl, I guess, It's
You've
fine.
built your brand.
Yeah. That's
You know
true.
You've got the Bella Army. You're
Thank
fine.
God for them.
They'll fight for you
They
to the end of
will.
the earth.
They really will.
They will.
They
that
are
is
so
for
great.
sure.
Well, Charlotte, thank you so much for
Oh.
coming on our show. And is there
Mm-hmm.
anything with our listeners want to tell them where they can find you? What's next?
My Instagram, Charlotte WWE. Twitter, Miss Charlotte WWE. Looking forward to Evolution. Obviously, SummerSlam, the biggest party of the year.
Yes.
And I'm trying to be better about not talking about things till they happen.
Yeah.
So I do have a few things that I hope come to fruition, but I'm just waiting for them to come to fruition.
Yes.
So, but other than that, just stay tuned for my salsa dancing videos.
Do you know what? Get that out there. And Dina Katz, get her on this season.
Yes.
Get her on.
We need that would be amazing. Let's get a WWE superstar on there, kicking some butt. All right, everyone. Well, you could look for our videos on the Nikki and Brie Show IG page, TikTok, Facebook, and the Nikki and Brie Show is also on SiriusXM Stars 109. And you could catch this episode on our YouTube. So, Brie, next time I'll actually be sitting next to you on that couch.
Well, that's nice because I'm really lonely over here.
You
in
look
that-
lonely.
It looks so peaceful, though.
It's so
serene,
peaceful.
all
I'm
white.
about to go clean my chicken coop.
Until
so
she opens up those doors and she has Frenchies come attack her. Then
Oh,
it
I
gets
love
chaotic.
Frenchies.
Yeah.
they're ready too.
They
Oh my
are
God.
ready. All right, everyone. Well, until next time, thank you, Charlotte, so much for being here.
Thanks, ladies.
Yes.
Tell Mama Bella I said hi. Hi, Kathy.
we
Oh,
will.
she would love